Hi, Collective. Welcome in. There are some people or a person that wants to come in and apologize to you. And they're going to tell you that they're spiritually woke, that they had a spiritual awakening, that they're spiritual now. However, they didn't actually do the inner healing work. So beware of that. I'm also getting a lot of evil eye on you right now. So you must be doing something right. And there's a heavy Virgo energy. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's just jump right in and see what Spirit wants you to know for your highest and greatest good. All right, Spirit, what's going on today? What do my true seekers need to know? I hope everyone's having a lovely day. We got sunshine today, so it's really nice. All right. Oops, this one wanted to come out. All right, we've got the Four of Swords. A lot of you are doing some resting, some R&R, which is nice. Yeah, a lot of healing going on. So there's some heart healing here. We've got the Nine of Swords reversed. Yeah, a lot of coming out of depression, just a lot of healing. That's what I'm getting from these two cards, which is really nice. Yeah. Okay, what else, Spirit? A lot of you are feeling really safe too, because she's all nice and tucked in this nest, and there's a little heart right next to it. And just healing your heart and realizing that you're safe now, that you're loved and you're protected. And many of you could be feeling like, oh, hey, it's actually safe for me to open my heart again. And if you're not at that part, that's okay. This is a general message, so please just take what resonates and just leave the rest. But yeah, that's what I'm getting from that. You're no longer in this Nine of Swords energy, which, like, you can't get out of bed, you're depressed, you're sad. You're starting to just let this go, which is great. That's the great part of healing. You're kind of at the end part of this, which is really nice. Yeah, Seven of Pentacles. You've been doing this for a long time, investing in yourself, investing in your healing. Yeah. That's awesome. All right, what else, Spirit? Yeah, this energy right here, this Three of Swords, look how painful that looks. You're coming out of that. Whoever I'm talking to today, you're coming out of this energy because you've been investing so much in your healing. You're starting to come out of that, which is awesome. Yeah, that we don't miss that, right? We don't miss feeling that horrible. Because once you start to do the inner work and you start filling that giant hole that feels so terrible, you feel so much better. Yeah. Okay, what else? You're pouring into yourself. You're investing in your own healing and your own health, mind, body, soul type of stuff. Which kind of makes sense now that someone wants to come back and apologize. Just make sure that they're not coming back just to disrupt your healing, right? Or to rip open that wound that you have already healed or that you are in the process of healing. We've got Six of Pentacles. This is equal give and take. This is what you want now. You will not settle for anything less than an equal partner, equal give and take anywhere. This is friendship. This is work. This is business partners. This is a partner in life. Friendships. I don't know if I already said that, but friendships. Yeah, it has to be equal give and take. You will no longer put yourself last. You will no longer pour everything into everybody else. It has to be 50-50. It has to be equal, or you're not having it at all. No. That's a no. As it should be. As it should be. Okay. What else do we have here? What else are we investing in, Spirit? What else is my collective investing in? What are we investing in? I love the Seven of Pentacles because it's a plant, you know, and way back there when you planted all those seeds, when you were in this Three of Swords energy, and you're like, well, you know, I guess I need to start working on myself, and you planted all of those seeds, and it started really growing, and now you're seeing the fruits of your labor. Now you're seeing that plant, and you've grown so much. You've grown so much. It's incredible. Yeah. You could really be into nature too. That could be your higher power. Tell me more. Oh, we've got Seven of Cups. 77 could mean something to you. Yeah, you have choices now. You have many choices. To where back then someone could have made you feel like you didn't have any choices at all, like that you weren't worth anything and nobody would want you, and all of these nasty things that were not true, by the way, but you believed it, and now you don't. Now you're like, yeah, I know my worth. I know that I'm pretty much amazing, you know. I mean, you know, ego aside or whatever, but like you did all the healing work. You know what you're worth. You know that you have choices. And your choice could just be like, hey, I'm just going to be by myself. Or I'm just going to wait for someone who is my equal, who I know is on my level, on my vibration. So either way, it's your choice. You always have a choice. Okay, tell me about the Seven of Cups. There's a snake on this card too, though. So be careful. Be careful of who comes back. Could be a snake. Yeah, we've got the Four of Wands. You could have been in a relationship with this person who wants to apologize. These people could be family or someone that you thought of as family. This is also stability, happiness. You're very stable now. You could have not been stable back there, but you are now. It feels like you're choosing to invest in your own stability. You might not even be dating right now. This doesn't feel like it has to do with love. It feels like it has to do with you, collective, are focusing on your healing and your stability, whatever that means to you. Which is a beautiful thing. Look how happy they are in this card. They're just dancing, and she's got a tambourine, and they're having a great time. And yeah. I mean, sometimes this card speaks to marriage, but not always. Like, we've got to get rid of this narrative where it's like, you know, we grow up and like the Cinderella stuff, like we grow up and the whole goal is just to like grow up and meet someone, get married, have kids, have the house, the white picket fence, and you know, that's it. That's not the only narrative. That's not the only choice. You get to decide what your happily ever after is, right? You can be independent and free. You can travel the world. You can do whatever you want. It's your choice. It's your 7 of Cups, right? You get to choose. That's awesome. We got to stop this like looking down on people who decide to be independent. Oh, you're single? Oh, honey, there must be something wrong with you. No, there's nothing wrong with me. I'm single because I healed and I'm just like happy, healthy, and whole by myself. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with me. I'm waiting for my equal counterpart, the person that, God made for me. Or I'm just going to be by myself because I know me better than anybody else. And I'm happy, right? I know all my single, healthy, happy, and free people know what I'm talking about. Right, collective? I mean, put some comments down there and let me know. I mean, you could be happy in a relationship too, but I'm just saying, like, this narrative where it's like, oh, honey, you're single, you poor thing. Forget that. It's crazy, right? Oh my gosh. Yeah, perseverance is in reverse. Whoever this person or these people are didn't think that you would get through this, get through your healing, that you could make it by yourself for some reason. But honey, you're doing just fine. Better than fine. Not only did you heal by yourself, but you're stable. You're stable by yourself too. And if you're not here, you're working on the 7 of Pentacles, you're investing in yourself and you're working on it. But whoever I'm talking to, you're stable. But someone didn't think that you would persevere. But you are. Okay, tell me more, Spirit. Tell me more. All right, we've got good news. Queen of Wands reverse and third wheel. So whoever thought that you didn't have enough confidence to do this, that whoever didn't think that you could get through this by yourself, that you could be independent and stand on your own, they're not your friend. They're an enemy. Yeah, they wanted to take your light. They're jealous. They're jealous of your healing. They're jealous of your independence. Yeah. They're very jealous of you, and they're leading with their ego. It feels like whoever this person or these people are, that they really need healing themselves. So if they're coming back saying, oh, I healed, I did the work, I had a spiritual awakening, it's not true. Don't trust them. Don't trust them. I mean, obviously use your discernment, your intuition, your inner knowing, but in this reading, they're not healed. All right, tell me more about this good news, Spirit. I'm looking at this word miracle. They're looking at you like it's a miracle that you got through this. It's a miracle that you healed. It's a miracle that you survived this. What you went through was super heavy. I don't see the Tower card yet, but this 3 of Swords, this person on this 3 of Swords is in agony, like screaming out. You know how like you can be in so much pain and so much agony that you're screaming, but like nothing's coming out, like your throat chakra is completely blocked. It's like you're in so much pain, but nothing's coming out. You ever feel like that? That's how terrible this was for you. And this third wheel enemy that wanted you to fail, that wanted to take your light, that was so jealous of you, that's egotistical and not good energy at all, this enemy didn't want you to get through this. They didn't want you to persevere. Surprise, you did. That's a miracle. You're a miracle, my friends. Yeah. Celebrate that. That's the good news. It feels like this person or these people are being humbled. They're being humbled. I had to be humbled. God will do that. Spirit will do that. Universe is gonna humble you. Your butt. You're gonna get humbled, especially in the process of being healed, of healing, of going through a spiritual awakening. You're gonna get humbled. It's just gonna happen. And if they haven't yet, they will. Karma will humble them. Okay, Spirit, what else? Evidence. There could be some type of evidence here that it feels like Spirit's going to show you their karma. You're going to see their karma in some way. What is this evidence, Spirit? You could have proof of their karma, or you could have proof of what they did to you. But it doesn't look like you're focused on that. It looks like you're focused on your healing, your own healing, and just moving forward with that. They could also be trying, to get some proof on you or evidence on you of something, but I don't know. I'm really just getting that you're going to somehow see their karma. You're going to see their karma. Tell me more. Hold on, let me shuffle this a little bit. Would have to do with abundance. They might get hit in their pockets. Or opportunities. That kind of stuff. All right, Spirit. What's this evidence? Evidence. And another deck here. Thank you. Judgment. They are under heavy judgment for whatever went on back there. Yep. You are going to see their karma. Yes. I mean, we hope that they do heal. We hope they do heal, right? And awaken. At least I do. Strength is upside down. These people are cowards. This person is a coward. They don't have the strength. It feels like they don't have the strength to do the inner healing work. Like they could be afraid, could be scared to do it. It's hard. You remember how hard this is, right? It is hard. This could also speak to how, like the situation that went on, whether this was a family situation or work or an ex, they could have treated you in a cowardly way, you know? Yeah, we're getting this Knight of Swords, and this dude's running. He's just running away. They could have ran from you out of fear. This is definitely screaming fear. Feels like they're acting out of fear and ego, which requires a lot of healing. Okay. Anything else, Spirit? Just be aware when they come back to apologize, they're still in their ego and they're still feeling fearful. What do my true seekers need to know, Spirit? Yeah. 3 of Wands. Spirit wants you to keep moving forward. Keep going after your dreams, your aspirations, whatever you're working on right now, keep moving forward. Okay? 3 of Wands. Keep going forward. Don't go backwards. Keep moving forward. Yes. Even if it's just small actions, right? Take small steps, small actions you'll get the momentum, and then the momentum will sweep you forward. Yeah, Queen of Cups. You can still be nice. You can still be a sweetheart with boundaries, right? You know what I'm talking about. You do. Yeah. Stay in your Queen of Cups energy. Just make sure you're filling your own cup first. And keep those boundaries up. Spirit says that's the truth. Ace of Swords. Also, you're going to get truth and clarity. And it feels like Spirit's going to show you some of their karma so you can be like, whoa, I knew that was coming. I kind of like knew that was the truth. You're not out of your mind. You're not crazy. A lot of you knew this. So you will be shown the truth. You will get evidence of it. You will see their karma. Also, they could be wanting to bring the truth to you. Just feels like because they're still in their ego that it could be like half truths or they're going to leave a lot out. So it's kind of like that selective narrative, right? You're going to hear their narrative, not the absolute truth. So just be mindful of that. Always your choice to hear someone out. Always your choice. No is also a choice. You can say no. You can say no. You can stay in your Queen of Cups energy and just be like, "Hey, I'm healing. I'm moving forward. I appreciate it, but no, thank you." If you're in no contact, you can just stay in no contact, or you can hear them out. Obviously, like if you're in therapy or something, talk to your practitioners. I'm not a therapist, so. But you will be shown the truth. You will. All right. Anything else from here? I feel like that's it from this deck. 10 of Wands at the bottom. Yeah, you're going to be, this heavy load is just getting dropped. You're not going to be feeling so burdened anymore. Yeah. Okay, Spirit. Thank you. All right, let's get a couple of these. Yeah, because this 10 of Wands, she's got all her stuff, right? But she's already walked down this whole mountain and she's at the very bottom. So it's like you did all of that work. Like you were it's kind of like she went all the way up and now she went all the way down. So she's just kind of like, okay, let me go find somewhere to rest now. So you're not going to be burdened with this anymore. You're not. Spirit's like, you're gonna know the truth. You're gonna see the truth. You're gonna know that you were right back there, and you can move on. It's time to move on. Okay, what else, Spirit? What does the collective need to know for their highest and greatest good? Well, we've got tried to silence you. I think that came out in the last one. They tried to silence you, collective. Everybody has the right to speak their truth. Everybody. Don't let anyone silence you. You can obviously do it in a productive way. You know your worth now. That wound that they used to poke at, you know, that insecurity, the insecurity of like, I'm not good enough, or maybe you got jealous before, or you had a mother-father wound, abandonment wound. That's healed now. So they can't poke at that anymore, or they're trying to poke at a wound that you healed. But now you know your worth. So if they think they're going to come back and try to poke at that, they can try, but it's not going to work. It's not going to work because you know your worth now. And you'll be damned if you let anybody come back and do that again. It's not going to work. And Spirit's not going to let it happen either. So Karma's got receipts. Yep. Look at that. Evidence and Karma's got receipts. Really feels like Spirit's going to show you their karma. And it's not for you to like get in your ego and be like, oh, ha, 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 and laugh at somebody. We don't do that. We don't do that. No. It's just for Spirit to be like, look, I'm showing you their karma so you can just like put the pieces together, or for you to know that you weren't crazy back there, or because these people or this person could have like really judged you harshly and talked about you a lot and was like really mean to you. But that doesn't mean that we turn around and look at their karma and act that way too. We don't do that, right? We're healed now. We know our worth. So don't be doing that. Okay? Don't be doing that. If you want, you can pray for these people. Just pray for their healing and let God handle it. Okay? And move forward. And some of you are like, I'm not even thinking about these people anymore, but Spirit wants you to know that someone's coming back and they kind of want to apologize to you in their way, on their terms, with their narrative. And it kind of seems like they're faking a spiritual awakening. So take that information for what it's worth. And only if it resonates, okay? And protect your energy. However you do that, protect your energy. Yep. Because the masks are slipping. Can't hide their masks anymore. Some of them are like tight, but they can't. Not anymore. Okay. All right, Spirit. All right, yeah, protect your energy, especially there's a lot of evil eye. Whatever you're doing has got people triggered, has got people like surprised. They can't believe it. Also, the Five of Swords just popped out, so people are resentful. They're jealous, they're resentful. But that's not your problem, right? That's their healing to do. That's their healing to do. So keep your spiritual practices up. However it is that you do that. If it's prayers, sage, candles. Wear your spiritual jewelry. Whatever you want to do it. That is Spirit's advice. Okay, what else do my truth seekers need to know? Can we get an idea of like who this person is or who these people are or what they really want? Please and thank you. Okay. So we know they're jealous, they're resentful. We've got the 5 of Swords. Could be a air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. They could have like this kind of like smart, sarcastic attitude, or be passive aggressive. You know anyone like that? We've got the 8 of Wands reversed, so it doesn't look like, again, that they really took any healing action. 2 Wands reversed, the Devil and the Knight of Pentacles. It looks like, again, with the Devil there, you could be dealing with a Capricorn, but they're still toxic. They still have toxic behaviors, or they could be codependent. Ace of Swords on the bottom. It's the truth. Truth and clarity coming in. Or you're going to see the truth about these people or this person. For a long time, that like they've been toxic for a long time, and it feels like they've been codependent on like you or your energy or your advice or in some way they've been codependent on you, collective, for a long time. And it feels like they've been trying to keep you small, keep you silenced. That's what I'm getting here, right? Because look, tried to silence you, 2 of Wands reversed. Trying to keep you small, keep you silenced, keep you from speaking your truth, keep you from moving on, keep you from going after whatever it is that you want to go after. Because they're egotistical, because they're resentful. Y'all are not in communication with the 8 of Cups. And I mean, 8 of Cups. Why did I say 8 of Cups? You could have walked away from this person. 8 of Wands. Yeah, because they're toxic. They're toxic. Ace of Swords. Yeah, this was a karmic lesson. Ace of Swords, Wheel of Fortune in reverse. This person is going through karma for betraying you, for what they did. And this could have been just with you, could have been with others. Yeah, they really betrayed you. Yeah, this could be family too. This could be unhealthy family, toxic family. They want to come in. They want to come in and talk to you. We've got the Page of Wands, the 3 of Wands in reverse. They want to stop. They want to interrupt your healing. These unhealthy family members or people that you considered to be family, they want to come in and they want to dump all of their crap on you. Don't let these people do that. Don't. They're immature, emotionally at least immature. Don't let them come in and just dump all their karma on you, okay? This is the truth. This is what Spirit is showing you. Don't let them do it. This is over. This is like 10-10. Don't let them betray you and then bring back their karma and all their damage and baggage and dump it on you. It's your choice, but I wouldn't recommend it. All right, let's get an oracle card and then we'll close it out. Okay. Wow. I really wish that they did learn their spiritual lesson. But you know, hey, people learn when they learn. It's energy, man. Remember, you know your worth now. You know your worth now. Protect your energy on the daily, okay? On the daily. All right, Spirit. What's the closing message, please? What's the closing message? If y'all still have resentments against these people, ask God for help, ask Spirit for help. Just be like, hey, you know, however you do it. And then just say like a simple prayer, you know, for these, like if you want to pray for these people, just pray for their healing. I know that's unpopular to pray for someone that like stabs you in the back 10 or more times to pray for them, but it's better to do that, because the more people that actually do the healing and go through a spiritual awakening, the more people that do that, and they can help the collective. You know what I'm saying? The more people that wake up and heal can be helpful, can do God's work, Spirit's work. I'm just saying. Okay. What we got? Okay. Thank you. We've got purify yourself at the bottom. This is the protection. Clear your energy. All right. Dark path, number 10, learning from your mistakes. Look at this card. Learning from your mistakes. I feel like many of you have done this. It is so important to learn from your mistakes, right? It's like when we're in the ego and we're just like, oh, I did this thing and I hurt these people, and you just, if you don't really look at it and you don't look at your part, like not the other person's part, not like, okay, this thing happened, like just for example, say you went through a breakup, right? And you're always like, we broke up because they did this and they did that and XYZ, right? And you're blaming the other person, but you don't sit down and say, hey, we both broke up, right? But I did this and this and this and that. Like, I was selfish. I was dishonest. I was afraid. You know, like, you list the things and you just look at it from your side, not what they did, but what you did. And then you can look at it from that perspective and understand where you need the healing, where you can say, okay, well, I need to heal in this way. Like I could have done a better job in this relationship in these ways. And you learn from your mistakes so you can do better the next time, right? So for so many years, I did not do that. I didn't do anything like that until I got sober like 3 years ago. So until you start your healing journey, until you start taking accountability, until you start pushing the ego aside and saying, okay, no, I really need to look at my mistakes and learn from my mistakes. Can you really go through the dark to get to the light? We have to go through this. We have to be willing to say, I was wrong. I made a mistake. I need to be accountable. We can't just be like, oh no, it was all their fault and I'm just going to go on to the next relationship, because in this example, because you will take all of that with you. You will be selfish in the next relationship in all of those ways, right? So that's just an example. So it's so important to learn from your mistakes. Again, I feel like many of you have done this. This person or these people that want to come in and apologize and say like, oh yeah, I am spiritual now. I did all the healing work. I feel like they need to learn from their mistakes. They really need to look at what they did back there and take accountability for it. And if you haven't done this yet, Spirit is really encouraging you to do this. Okay? You notice how everything is dark and then there's light. In order to get to the light, you have to go through the dark. You have to. Okay? Okay, collective, that's your message. I hope that it was helpful. Remember, don't dim to fit in, shine bright, and live true. Oh, just to let you know, if you guys want a personal, you can go to my website, and the link is in the bio or in the description below. And if this message resonated, please hit that like button, share, comment, subscribe. I would really appreciate it, and I will see you in the next video.